Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky get into a heated argument in the middle of the Oval Office, no less, and the entire world is sounding off. Welcome back into New World News, everybody. It's been a while since I posted, but I just can't not post anymore. I'm going to make this channel be a regular daily news channel. Yesterday, the last day of February, the 28th of February 2025, President Zelensky, Ukraine's president, of course, visits Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance in the Oval Office to actually talk about a deal with minerals. Ukraine actually has a lot of valuable minerals and natural resources they were going to use to repay some or all of the nearly $500 billion, $500 billion that they borrowed or received from the United States in exchange for helping, they're going to give us the minerals and us to give them money and military goods to help them in the war against Russia. So they had a meeting yesterday that was supposed to get into lunch and then go into making the deal finalized to exchange those minerals, the profit they make on those minerals to pay us back. They met in the Oval Office with the three men. I believe Marco Rubio was also there. Quite a few of the press were there, probably a dozen or so. And they got into a heated exchange. I'm going to play a clip of it in just a second. It was about, first J.D. Vance basically called out Zelensky for not wearing a suit in the Oval Office and disrespecting Donald Trump. And then Donald Trump and Zelensky just went off on each other. President Trump basically calling him out, saying, you need the United States. We are here for you, and now you are not making it easy for us. And Zelensky saying, we don't need you, the rest of the world, but the United States is the one that gave you $500 billion, $500 billion. And there's way more to this story that I don't even care to dig into as far as 10% and the big guy and all that stuff. But regardless of all that, whatever, we gave that country, the United States of America, gave Zelensky and Ukraine nearly $500 billion. If they didn't need us, they wouldn't have been there asking for that money, and they wouldn't be disrespecting this country. I don't care about your thoughts on Donald Trump or J.D. Vance or any of that. The country, us, Americans, the taxpayers that paid that bill, whether you believe we should be supporting them or we shouldn't, we did. We gave them the money. That's done and gone. And they should be thankful, appreciative, and if they're going to come back for more money or to work out other deals, you got to be respectful. And that is anybody. I would say that to Republican, Democrat, Ukraine, Russia, China. It doesn't matter. You have to act a certain way when you're in business with another country, especially when that country saved your rear end. Point blank, period, end of story. Let's check out this clip from inside the Oval Office yesterday, and then we'll come back and talk about it a little bit more.
And the people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him gas contract. Gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken the ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr.
are not
President,
strong...
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful
to
come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems, even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
that.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on this
position to
question.
dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this.
I'm not
You're
dictating.
in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
You
We're
will-
going to feel very
you will
good.
feel influenced.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influenced.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From
it.
the very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a
Brown,
good position.
I
You
was
don't have
in
the cards right now. With us, you start having
not playing
cards. But
cards.
right now, you
I'm
don't.
very
Yeah, you're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives of
anymore.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
what you're
You're
thinking about?
gambling with
What are you
World
thinking
War
about?
III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's
with
back
all
to
respect to
you.
your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot of times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
you said thank
Even
you.
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for
What-
the United States
what
of
are you speaking
America
about?
and the president who's trying to save your country.
Wow. So they're arguing over, I don't even know what, but essentially he's saying that in 2015, before Trump was there, that they signed an agreement, a ceasefire between Macron and France and Germany and Merkel, that Russia would not invade. And of course, Putin still took over, parts of Ukraine, and that he basically said he signed, Zelensky signed an agreement, and he didn't get what he, bargained for, and it happened again. And he's right about that. Putin's going to do what Putin's going to do, and that back then they said they would stop Putin from doing it. They would get Putin not to do it. And now this is what Trump's saying again, is like, hey, we'll work with you. We'll sign these deals. We'll do all this. I'll make sure Putin doesn't do anything. And Zelensky's essentially saying, well, what guarantee do I have of that? Because the last time it went down this road, that's not what happened. And he's not wrong about that. But that was under Barack Obama, 2012 to 2016, prior to Trump. No offense, but Putin walked all over Obama. And then when Biden came back in, of course, the war starts again. You notice when Trump was in office, Putin didn't step foot. Putin chilled out. Now when Trump's back in office again, Putin is on the chopping block, and Trump's saying, I'll take care of it. I'm going to lean towards Trump taking care of it, because clearly he knows something we don't know. He has some kind of relationship with Putin, whether it's democratic, peaceful, friendship, businessman side, that they understand each other, right? This is why Putin stepped foot on Obama. Putin stepped foot on Biden. He doesn't like the Democrats. He clearly has something against them. He clearly is just going to do whatever he's going to do. Now, I'm not saying to be friendly with Putin, because Putin's a madman. He's crazy, but it's clear there's something between him and Trump that Trump can keep him on a short leash. Somehow, some way, that's my belief, and that's why Trump is able to reassure him. But Zelensky's getting mad, going, whoa. And J.D. Vance chiming in there saying, look, you need to be thankful for everything we've done for you. Absolutely, positively, true story. But they do need to tell Zelensky, look, we'll take care of this. Just cut us a break. We're not Biden, right? Like, we're not the other president. And I don't even know why they started arguing there. It's pretty silly. It's pretty dumb. 3 world leaders there, the president of Ukraine, the president of the United States, and the vice president of the United States. They need to just take a breath, relax, and chill out. The update from today, of course, President Zelensky apologizing. He said, I'm sorry that it went down that way. Cooler heads prevail. We'll get a deal done. He was kicked out of the White House, essentially. They just told him to leave, told him to get out. And he did. And then there was talks of him maybe resigning, people asking Zelensky to resign, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. I don't think that's going to go down, but it's tough because Putin does what Putin wants to do, but it just seems to me that Trump has some sort of inside knowledge that he can keep things on the up and up. But my bottom line is we need to stop sending hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine. They mismanaged the money. I guarantee there was a whole bunch of that money wasted, spent, who knows what else was done with it. If they want our help and we can help them without hurting the American people, fine. But America needs to come first, whether you're a Democrat or Republican. We have people here that need our help. We have natural disaster survivors. We have homeless people. We have veterans. We have all sorts of mental health problems in this country. We have things that need to be solved with $500 billion that don't include Russia and Ukraine. Yes, we need to keep Russia at bay. Yes, we need to help the Ukrainians. But what we need is Putin to just pull back and the war to be over, and there won't be a need for any more money. So that is where we're at. Trump's working on it. I would imagine they have a plan. We'll see how it plays out. Do I think he can get Putin to back off? that's to be seen. I hope so, and that'll stop the reason for the money needing to go over to Ukraine, and we'll all be set. We can use that money here on our American people where it belongs, not policing the entire world. Not to mention, we didn't get into it, we're not going to get into it, Europe over there needs to write some checks too. France and Germany and Italy and all these countries that are supporting, these countries and NATO, they need to come up off their checkbooks if we're going to do it and put forward some help as well. That would be something of usefulness alongside. So that's the story. Zelensky and Trump go at it in the Oval Office. I appreciate you guys as always for watching. Appreciate you still being here. If you're still here after a few months of me not posting, I promise you there will be videos each and every day while we discuss this. I've got the new podcast room set up. We have all the backdrops coming to make this into a proper podcasting section. So we'll be able to film videos and audio here for the channel. As always, thank you again. If you could hit that like button and subscribe, it would really mean a lot to me. I appreciate it. Come back and watch as I post videos each and every day here on New World News. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time.